Hey, what's going on, motorcycling friends? Stick around because I'm going to talk to you how I modded out my Harley Iron 883 for a cross-country trip along Route 66 this summer. Hey, what's going on, motorcycling friends? So you probably noticed something quite a bit different with my Harley Iron 883. I swapped out the handlebars. These are the Built-Well chumps. And I'm going to do a review of these coming up in another video. But today I'm going to talk to you how I modded out this Harley Iron 883 for my Route 66 ride across country this coming June. I'm going to talk to you about that in a little bit. First, I want to talk to you about what I needed to do to get these bars on here. Specifically, bleeding the brake lines. Now, if you've been a follower of my channel for a little bit, you know that I have ABS brakes on this Iron 883. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's a good time to do that. There's a little red and white box down in the lower right corner. Go ahead and click on that subscribe button. I have a lot of great videos about the Iron 883, and I'm going to have a lot more great videos. Not just with the mods I've done, but also the trips I'm going to be taking. A lot of really good stuff, including my Route 66 trip. So go ahead and click on that subscribe button. But to get these Built-Well chumps on, these are 8 inches, much different than the stock bars. I had to replace my brake line. And because I have ABS brakes, I had to replace this entire line here. Now, Harley dealerships say that this is something you can't do yourself. You need to have it hooked up to the Tech 2 computer to have the brakes bled. I'm in no way advocating to disregard what Harley says. And this is one of those your mileage may vary situations. Now, I've bled a lot of hydraulic brakes in bicycle systems, mountain bikes, and even now that some road bikes are now starting to have hydraulic brakes, I've bled a lot of those as well. And the process is very similar. It's actually easier on the motorcycle than it is on the bicycle. So I had the knowledge to be able to do this, and I had confidence that I'd be able to do it. And I figured if it wasn't going to work for me, the worst that would happen is I'd still have to take it into Harley. Now, for the installation of a new line and the bleeding, the dealership quoted me at $450. I purchased this line off of eBay for $30, and the DOT brake fluid that I bought was $7. So after the bleeding process, my lever was really tight, but I wanted to make sure to get all that air out of the system. This is not going to be a brake tutorial, but I just will share this one tip. After you bleed your brakes, when you put your bike away for the night, go ahead and wrap a zip tie around your grip and around the lever to hold it in. This will force air out of the system, and when you take this off, having all that air come out of the system, your lever is going to be nice and tight. Your brakes are going to be really good. So let's go ahead and take the zip tie off and see how it is. Oh yeah. Oh, that feels good. That's really where I want it to be. So let's get this bike outside and talk about what I've done to mod it out for my Route 66 ride. So I've been planning this trip for quite a while. Almost ever since I got the bike, actually. It's something that I wanted to do. I've taken long distance tours on a bicycle before. Long distance meaning more than 1,000 miles across country. And I knew I wanted to do the same thing on the motorcycle. So the first thing I did was I got the 20-inch high burly sissy bar. I've already strapped bags on this, and it's wonderful. It just holds tight to the bike, and it just allows me to strap so much more to a Sporty than I would be able to otherwise. So let's get on and ride and talk a little bit more about stuff that we can see while we're riding. So the second thing I did to prepare for this cross-country trip ride is I got the Memphis Shades Del Rey Sport Shield. Now, I got a review video of this. Definitely check it out if you're interested in a windshield like this. But basically what the windshield does is it not only protects me from rain and rocks and whatnot, the main reason I got it was to protect myself from the brutal wind that I'd be facing on a Sporty. Sporties don't come with any type of fairing to protect you from the wind. But this is really great in that the wind comes directly off the windshield and above my head. So it makes dealing with some of those longer rides much less brutal. The next thing I did was I got the Linby multi-bar. And man, this thing is strong, it holds tight. Not only will it allow me to put my legs up for those longer highway rides, but it also protect my legs and my engine if I low side. And again, I have a review of the Linby multi-bar. I got a link for that down below, and also in the upper right corner there. next thing I did is I bought the Saddlemen step-up seat. It will not only be a lot more comfortable on longer rides for me, but it'll also allow me to put a bag on back and attach that bag to the Burley Sissy bar. And I have a ginormous Kuryakin bag. Stick around, I'll show you what that looks like near the end of this video. It's a really useful bag. And I actually have my first thoughts and installation video on the Saddlemen step-up. There's a link below, and there's also a clickable link up at the top corner. So go ahead and click on either one of those if you're interested. Now if you click any one of these links, it's not going to take you away from this video. It will open up a new window for you, so don't worry about leaving this video. Go ahead and click on those links right now to get to those other videos. But just a couple thoughts on the Saddlemen. I like that I can have provisions for passengers and put my Kuryakin bag on back. But it's got gel in it, so it's really comfortable. It's still in the break-in period because I've only put on about, 50 or 60 miles on it so far. But I need to have a couple thousand miles on it to really give it a decent review, but right now I really dig it. And a couple of subscribers have actually left comments because of the review, have bought the Saddlemen. Now I'm not shilling for Saddlemen. No company has offered me any product for review. I've purchased every single one of the products that I review on this channel, and the Saddlemen is no different. So if you're interested, go ahead and check out that review. And lastly, what I've done to take this trip is I've swapped out the handlebars. Now I kind of dig the stock handlebars that comes with the Iron 883. For the 8,000 or so miles that I've ridden with the stock bars, they've been very useful. Taking corners a bit slowly because it's only 25 degrees outside right now, so my tires aren't going to grip very well. So yeah, the stock bars have done their job well, and we've had good times together. I mean, they're the bars that I used on my iron while I learned to ride and while I improved my riding skills. But the reason I got the Biltwell chumps primarily is the riding position that they put me in. Now this is only my second ride with these on. I finished installing and bleeding the front brake line last night, so I wasn't able to ride with the chumps on until last night. But right now I can tell already how much I like the riding position. Now quite honestly, I like the style of lower bars much better. If I had my druthers and if they would be comfortable for longer rides, I would probably put some type of Cafe Racer handlebars on here, but that's not going to work for a long distance ride. But you can see how upright I'm sitting right now and how my hands and arms are in a natural position. My wrists aren't bent at all, and I just feel really comfortable in this position. I'm hoping that will translate to a lot more comfort on the bike for a long distance ride. And on my short commute to work right now, so far that's the case. These bars will allow me to put my feet up on the highway bar and with my back against my bag, sit in a really comfortable position on some longer super slab rides. So I'm really looking forward to that.